Namaste to all. I was listening to one of the pravachans of my Acharya where he was explaining about karma philosophy, and also he explained about ordinary souls or ordinary jivatmas and special souls or special jivatma. What is the difference? He was explaining beautifully. And whenever we listen Vedas from an Acharya, it can never happen so that we are unable to understand the meaning of the mantras. That is the way an Acharya explains the Ved mantras. He touches almost all the aspects of life connected with those mantras. And if we read the Ved mantras by books, we cannot connect the Ved mantra to our life. So my Acharya was explaining Yajurveda 40th chapter and Rigved 10th mandal 135th Sukta, which mainly touches upon the karma philosophy, etc. So to understand ordinary souls and special souls, first we have to understand the karma philosophy. There are three types of karma: sanchita karma, prarabdha and kriyamana. Sanchita karmas are the total karmas every soul has to face in various lifespan. The total count of all the karmas is called as sanchita karmas. Just for ease of understanding, let's put a number. For example, a soul is there, it has 1,100,000 sanchita karmas. At the time of the death of that body takes birth and body dies, soul does not die. During the time of the death, based on the pending total sanchita karmas, Almighty God's power automatically decides, okay, based on so many karmas, what will be the next birth of that soul. So for example, the next birth of the soul is to be a human birth. Almighty God's power decides, okay, that human birth will be there for 80 years or 100 years lifespan. So out of 100,000 sanchita karmas, God's power decides, okay, 10,000 karmas are removed, and these 10,000 karmas are to be faced in the next 80 years or 100 years by that soul. So the remaining 90,000 are still pending in the sanchita balance. This 10,000 karmas which is taken out is called as prarabdha, or what we can call as fate or destiny or luck, whatever it is. Let's assume it is the fate. So these are the 10,000 karmas. The result of those karmas are to be faced by that soul in that human body. I am using the word soul. Many people are objecting you are using Abrahamic word. I'm using the word soul just for ease of understanding, because there are some foreigners who are following my channel and are also adopting the Vedic path on a daily basis. So soul here I mean Jivatma only. So this prarabdha is, let's say, 10,000 prarabdha. The soul has got the human birth and he or she will face in the next 80 to 100 years. But in this 80 to 100 years, the soul will start doing its own deeds, good deeds, bad deeds, whatever it is. The result of those deeds are also to be faced in the future births. So what happens is the current deeds, whatever the soul does, that counting will get added to the sanchita karma. And again, during the death of this birth, death of that body in this birth, the new prarabdha will be made by Almighty God. The new fate will be made by Almighty God. So this is the simple, let's say, easy to understand karma theory. Sanchita, prarabdha, kriyaman. So this is like an endless eternal cycle. The only way this can be ended, Almighty God says in the Vedas, Evam tvai nanyate to asti na karma lipyate nare. You can escape the karma if you start doing Vedic deeds. Na anyato asti. There is no other way. Once we start doing Vedic deeds, we will not get the result of those karmas. If we are not doing Vedic deeds, we have to face the result. Even if it is a pious result, we have to take the body to face the result. And once we take the body, we will naturally start doing even impious or sinful deeds. So to avoid the birth, to avoid the facing of the result of the deeds, we have to start doing Vedic Shubh Karma. Kuruvanne veha karmani. This is what Almighty God says in the Vedas. I'm just trying to explain you what my Acharya explained from the Yajurveda and Rigveda. So Rigveda 10th mandal 135th Sukta says, these souls are ordinary souls which takes birth as a human body or human birth or any other birth. Let's assume human birth at the moment for easy to understand. So these souls are ordinary souls because they take birth based on their own prarabdha. Some human get birth in the Ambani families or richest of the richest, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, etc. Some souls take birth in the poorest of the poorest family where there is no even facility to drink water properly, eat food. Even once a day, eating food is a big problem. So much of poverty, hunger, based on their own karma. And some souls take birth as like handicapped, some souls as other problems, some souls has got other benefits based on the karmas. But all these souls, Almighty God says, even if it is born in the highest family, royal family, king family, billionaires family, these souls are ordinary souls because what they do is only 4 things: ahar, nidra, bhaya, maitunya. They will eat their food, they will sleep every day, they will reproduce to get more generations, children, etc. And they will also fear death. They will not do anything else. These are called as ordinary souls. But there are some souls which are not ordinary souls. They are special souls or extraordinary souls based on their own purusharat or own effort. What they do is they search an acharya of Vedas. So here Almighty God in the mantra gives a beautiful example. There is a vehicle. Example, there is a car. I am driving a car and there is a river. I have to cross the river. I cannot cross in the car. So naturally I have to park my car on a boat and boat will take me to the other side. This happens in many places in the world. You would have seen that. So God says similarly, a person who wants to cross the ocean of sorrows, ocean of cycle of death and birth, that person becomes a special soul. That soul becomes a special soul where he enters the boat of an acharya. Because acharya is a person who knows how to cross the ocean of these miseries because he has already crossed it. So he sits on the boat of the acharya, he or she, the acharya will take those Shishyas, disciples to the other side of the river ocean. That river is the ocean of cycle of death and birth. So these souls are called as extraordinary souls or special souls which are trying to realize the truth. They have understood that there is only one truth, which is Almighty God, and there is only one path to attain that one truth as mentioned in Yajurveda, Purusha Sukta. Na anya pantaha, there is no other path, there is only one path. People will have made so many paths. People have made this book will take you to heaven, this book will take you to Swarga. You have to read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, XYZ, whatever book. But Almighty God says in the Vedas, there is only one path and that is the Vedic path. And a soul who is an intelligent soul, by his own karma, by his own purusharat, by his own effort, he reaches the feet of an acharya. And that acharya, just like a boat is carrying the vehicle from one side to other side, the acharya carries the disciple, guides the disciple to cross the ocean of the miseries of birth and death. So these souls are called as extraordinary souls. So God does not consider any soul taken birth in the royal family as a special soul. From God's point of view, every soul is an ordinary soul because they are only doing 4: ahar, nidra, bhaya, maitunya. But the special soul is the one which walks the path of dharma, which understands this is dharma, this is Vedas, this is acharya. So we have to serve the acharya, do everyday worship of that Almighty God to cross the ocean of the miseries. So my Acharya explained this Rigved mantra, 10th mandal 135 Sukta like this, giving the example of karma philosophy. So once we start doing the Vedic path, walking the Vedic path and doing the Vedic deeds, we will at one point of time we will be having zero sanchita balance. Sanchita karma will become zero. At that moment we will get moksha. So this is the secret of karma philosophy. This is a very complicated subject, but try to explain in short. I hope you understood. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.